Libra, 5 key points, 5 key dates, 5 major astrological aspects you need to be aware of for the month of July 2023. And this is for the Sun in Libra or for the rising sign, also known as the ascendant. So, Libra, my lovely balanced bunnies. I don't know why I said that, but it just popped out, so I'm going to say it. But you know, you are the sign that teaches us all about harmony and balance and fairness. So let's see how fair or kind July is going to be for you. Let's start with point 1. This goes over 2 days, the 2nd of July and the 3rd of July. But let's start with the 2nd first, because Venus, our planet of love and relationship, also of self-worth and finance, is in Leo. Now, Leo, of course, is the sign of kind of entertainment and kind of creativity. It's about creative projects because it's the 11th house. So you might find you've been spending out a bit on some creative project that you've got going for you. And it's squaring Uranus. Uranus in your 8th house. Uranus, my big outer boy of shocks and the unexpected. And Uranus is in Taurus. The 8th house, this is about, well, it's joint finance. Have you been spending a little bit over budget? Because this Uranus kind of making this square to Venus might actually be bringing a little few unwanted surprises that you weren't quite prepared for or hadn't budgeted. So you might find if you've got some project going on, it's just going a teensy-weensy bit over budget. Let's look at what's happening on the 3rd and see if this helps at all in what's going on, because we have a full moon in Capricorn. It's in your 4th house. This is your home. This is your family. This is about, you know, full moons are about completion. They're about closure. They're about endings. But they're also about resolutions. Have you come to some kind of, I'm sorry, I've got cat hair on my nose and it just keeps tickling me. So with your 4th house, have you got issues with family that need to be resolved? Maybe something was left not quite okay, a little bit stern, a little bit strict, a little bit austere, that just needs to be kind of ironed out. The creases need to be ironed out. This full moon could bring closure to something that's been a little bit difficult or challenging. Let's move on to point 2, because this is also interesting, because this is July the 12th. And this is about the North Node. Now, the North Node has been in your 8th house Taurus for the last 18 months. And it moves on the 12th into Aries, which is your 7th house of significant relationships. Now, this is super interesting because, of course, it means that the South Node is moving into your sign, Libra. So how is this going to feel for you? Because it really kind of brings your sign into big focus. Now, the nodes are kind of karmic. They kind of bring in destined events, karmic events. And the 7th house, of course, is about relationships. And this is that part of the chart which is about your destiny. And it's about your other half. Are there plans that you've been making with your other half, if you have one, that really are ready now to take off? Because this could see you really kind of on the launch pad of getting something moving. The other way to look at this energy is that if you're single and you don't want to be, then these nodes over the next 18 months could change your status to actually in a relationship. You know, that thing we have on Facebook where a heart comes up and it goes in a relationship. Well, I'm in a relationship with my cats and their cat fur all over my nose at the moment. So That's where it would go for me. So this is interesting energy, and I think good for you. And I think also you're going to find that you might be a little bit retrospect about you as a person and thinking about how you could perhaps bring a little bit of the old you back. You might find you're feeling more playful with this energy moving into your sign of Libra. But let's move on to point 3, which is the 17th of July. And yet again, we have 2 aspects for this day. One is about our planet of communication, Mercury. In your 11th house, Leo, the part of your chart to do with those projects and plans that you've got. Now, it's squaring Jupiter. Jupiter, my big outer boy of expansion, of opportunities and luck. In Taurus, money, 8th house. There's going to be words. There's going to be words about money being spent on something. Now, I can't possibly know what that's about. I'm just giving you the aspects and interpreting them in the way that feels right for me in the moment. So let's see if what else is happening on the 17th gives us a clue. Because we have a new moon in Cancer, and this is in your 10th house. This is the part of your chart where you live out your passion. This is where your career will be sitting. This is your life out there in the public kind of stage. So if there's anything of that goes on in your life, a new moon brings in new opportunities, lovely new opportunities for the work that you do, for anything that you do that is kind of, as I say, is your passion. So nice energy with this new moon. Now we go to point 4, and this is about July the 23rd, and we're back to Venus, our planet of love and relationship, self-worth, money. Venus in Leo on the 23rd, 11th house of significant projects, goes retrograde. Now, I think this could be helpful to you because if you've been working on some plan, something that could be to do with work or it could be to do with home life or personal, but there's something you're working on and you're having to, I don't know, really get your head around it and connect with larger groups of people to get this sorted. This Venus retrograde could be super helpful. Now, it doesn't go direct again to September, so it's really giving you a couple of months to kind of get something really done and dusted and under your belt. And it doesn't enter your 12th house Virgo until October. Now, remember, Venus retrograde. Planets, when they're retrograde, return, revisit, redo. And so it's giving you a chance to go over old ground, old things. Have you missed something important? Do you need to re-look at something? Do you need to re-look at plans for something? That's the kind of energy that we have around. Now let's move on to point 5. This is also on July 23rd, but it deserves its own point because it's about our centaur Chiron, our wounded healer, our asteroid of healing and those inner wounds that we have. It's in your 7th house of significant relationships. This is really interesting because this is about healing in relationships. Do you remember I was saying about retrograde means revisit, return, redo? This is giving you a chance to heal any rifts or problems in the significant relationships in your life. That's not necessarily always somebody that is, really very much your other half, but this can be good friends, really good, significant people in your life. Remember, Libra, the 7th house is actually your house. So it kind of flips because it's Aries, but of course it is actually Libra. So interesting energy for you, healing in relationships. And when we heal relationships, we heal ourselves. So on that note, thank you so much for joining me, Libra. And please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And please remember to also to subscribe to my website, pennydix.com. I'm still taking bookings for the end of July and into August. And it's been lovely seeing you here. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.